right, welcome, ladies and gents, to another Traveling Prince video. Here, I go to a hotel, and we were at Minnesota visiting the Mall of America, and I figured we needed a hotel that was close by, within walking distance to the hotel, to the mall, and I couldn't find one. So, I mean, technically, this one was within walking distance. It was about a mile away, but I wanted to just like be inside the mall, across the street kind of thing, not a mile away. And all the hotels actually near the hotel, near the mall. Oh my gosh, if I could speak. All of the hotels near the mall were way outside my budget for 5 days. I mean, for one day, yeah, it was fine. 100 in here, 200 there, 300 there. But for 5 days, I needed something that was a little bit more reasonable financially. So I found the Bay. Hold on, I know the name. I don't. Hold on. I have to grab my receipt here because I forgot what the name is. Baymont by Wyndham Bloomington. I mean, I was there for 5 days. You think I would know the name? Anyways, I've never heard of this brand of hotel before, and so I did a little bit of research. Apparently, Baymont is owned, well, as you heard in the name, by Wyndham Hotel and Suites Company. And as of 2024, well, last year, that company, Wyndham Hotel and Suites, own 25 hotel brands. 25 hotel brands. That I'm not going to list all 25. I will list six, Baymont being one. The Days Inn, shocking to hear that. La Quinta Inn and Suites, I could have kind of figured that with the name there. You have Ramada Inn, Super 8, and Travel Lodge. These are the hotels that I've heard of the most. And I'm like, wow, let's get into the video. Quick tour. I couldn't go into a detailed tour because the hotel is small. It's only 3 levels, and there's really nothing to see, honestly. But for those that are passing by this area of Minnesota that are going to the Mall of America, this might help you out a little bit. So here we go. Okay, this is the entrance to the hotel. Nothing fancy, nothing over the top. It's only a 2-star hotel. Can't expect much. I couldn't really record the lobby as I would like to because as soon as you open that door, all eyes are on you, and especially at the desk. So, they don't like to be recorded or anything like that at these kind of hotels. So I kind of just run through it. So this is the room, and I believe it's a suite. And it's pretty sweet. First of all, the smell in this hotel room was great. I haven't smelled a hotel room that good in ages. I was here before. I have some of my stuff, coffees in the way and all that. But look at the spacious, I don't want to necessarily say bathroom, but sink area. Could have been room for 2 sinks. You got to take these home. You have to. But we also used it too. And it's a pretty spacious room. There's a full-length mirror there, which comes in handy. A couple of pictures and picture frames. The only ones you'll see in the room. Probably could have spread those out a little bit more. But there's the jacuzzi tub. Kind of small, but I was able to fit. I'm 6'2". I was able to fit. This is the room. In general, it looks nice, but when you look at this wall here, like it's lacking something. Like they could have added a couch. They could have added a table with 2 chairs or something like that because we didn't really have anywhere to eat. We had to eat on the bed because we didn't really have a table. So besides the desk in the corner, but you can't really move that. So it was all right. Now the bed, did do the bed test. There is a piece of lint. I thought it was hair, but it's red, a long red hair. It looks like lint or some string or something. I don't even know. The bed had several layers to it, the mattress. So I figured, all right, you're good. Everything looked clean, everything, except for underneath the bed. Underneath the bed was a whole nother story. There were a pair of glasses. There was a TV remote under there. It was crazy. Anyway, this is the view. Nice weather.
It's a better view than the last one.
When we arrived, but it's fine. I love the rain. The rain was fine. There's the desk.
Oh, room service.
They have her little paper there for room service and such, which I never used, but yeah, that one's glued to the table. But yeah, there's your little ice machine, your ice bucket. There was no coffee machine in this room. The refrigerator looked clean, looked decent. There was no coffee machine in this room for some reason. And when I looked at the listings, it said every room had. Actually, no, I have no idea. Now that's not even a microwave plate. That's a microwave bowl, and we had to take it out to be able to use the microwave because our food wouldn't fit in there. It would like sink or tilt or whatever. So we had to take the plate out and just use it on the roller. And this is the bathroom that is right next to the sink. Pretty simple bathroom, nothing over the top, nothing fancy. Uh, Everything's clean. I was hoping for a walk-in shower, but you know, I don't know if you can customize your room, but I just took whatever was available. Uh, Again, nice tub, nothing dirty, no hairs, no nothing. So they did a good job of cleaning this out. But the bathroom is very small, though. Can barely fit two people. If you want to fit two people in that tub, you're gonna have to kind of have the door open so you can both fit in the room, or take turns one at a time. But definitely not enough room for two people to stand outside of the tub. Inside the tub, yes, you can fit maybe three people, but outside the tub, you can only fit one in front of the toilet. So, not the most romantic vibes for the bathroom, but I guess that's probably why they have the jacuzzi outside by the bed as well. The vents, eh, show some use in there, but yeah, that's it for the room. This is on the first floor. Our room was on the third floor. This is on the first floor. This is where the exercise room is called. I think it's called. Or this is where it's at. Not much. Again, 2-star hotel. No glitz, no glamour, nothing fancy. There's your water thing that came in really handy because I did work out there once. Once in the 5 days I was there. I was tired. It was a long day. We had a lot scheduled. Or we did a lot. There's a nice big mirror so you can see yourself. There was a TV in the top right corner where I watched the NBA playoffs. I used some of these machines for one day. This is where they serve breakfast. It's on the other side of the lobby when you come into the door. They serve breakfast here, uh, continental breakfast. Basically, you make it all yourself. There's some bread, some bagels. There was cream cheese and butter on the side there. They do have a toaster so you can toast uh, your bagels or your bread. They do have coffee machines. They do have a water thingy there. You have juice and what's it called? Apple juice and orange juice, which they turn off. By the way, right there is on, but they turned that off after 9 p.m. But anyways, we'll get into that later. The waffles I didn't know how to make until the third night. The cereal, there's some cereal. There's the bowls. I didn't see the milk, and that's when I made my second night or third night there. I mean, nothing fancy, but I like it. This is the pool area. Nice, clean pool area. One thing I give this hotel credit for is their cleanliness. They're very clean. I didn't see any spiders anywhere, any roaches anywhere. The pool is clean. The pool area is clean. The jacuzzi over there is clean. They have more than enough towels. I don't know how many people you can actually fit in this area with the three, whatever hotel, but there you are. Okay, so like I said, that was a quick video. Now, what are my thoughts overall of the Baymont Hotel by Wyndham, something or other? Uh, okay, let's first run down the issues that I found with this hotel. Number one, the room. While it's not really that big of an issue, they could have definitely added more furniture to the room that we had. Again, we didn't really have a table to eat. I had to pull the chair from the desk in front of there was a little coffee table of sorts. I don't think I called it there, but I don't know what I used, honestly. It wasn't even the table. No, it wasn't. It was the footrest for the chair that we used for a table. And I sat in the chair and my partner sat on the desk chair and we used that thing for a table and that's where we ate. It was either there and the bed. That's what we switched off in those 5 days we were there. We didn't have a table. So that big space up against the wall by the door, by the TV, they could have put something there. They could have definitely put a table there or even a couch. There was enough room for a couch and a table with a couple of chairs. So that was kind of disappointing. The lack of furniture, the lack of place to eat, that was a bit disappointing. The room across the hall from us had a couch. I don't know what it was. I know there's different kinds of rooms you can choose, though that one may have been a oh my gosh, what's it called? Uh, I don't even know. I don't even know what it's called honestly, but it had a couch because they were cleaning, and the person who was cleaning it opened the door just slightly, and I was able to see a couch. I'm like, that's what we needed in our room. How do I get that room next time? But yeah, I guess if you do reserve this hotel, just make sure you request a room that has a couch. I guess if that's really important to you. But now the other issue was Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was absolutely horrendous at this hotel. Now, I don't know if it was my location, but I did go down to the lobby. Wi-Fi was just as bad. I was in the pool area, just as bad. They do give you a piece of paper with with the Wi-Fi name and the Wi-Fi password on it. I was, after struggling for a little bit, I was able to finally connect to the internet, only to be disconnected 5 seconds later. This happened throughout the entire stay. I couldn't get it to consistently connect. I did not go down and ask them about it because I really didn't care. I have unlimited data on my phone, so I'm not going to make a big to do about it. You know, so I left it as it is. But they need to work on that Wi-Fi connection because that if I didn't have unlimited data, at least I hope I have unlimited data. My plan says I have unlimited data, but you know how these phone companies are. They say you have unlimited data, but you actually have a cap of how much data you can actually use. That's unlimited. I don't understand it. Vending machines and the ice machines and the laundry room. There, this is so confusing. So we're on the third floor. For me to fill that ice bucket with ice, I have to go down to the first floor on the opposite side of the hotel. It it's insane. I thought it was on most hotels usually have an ice machine on every floor, at least the ones I've been to. But this one does not. The ice machine is only located in one spot, and that is again on the first floor on the opposite side of the hotel, at least where my room was. My room was on the right side. The ice machine was on the. I basically had to walk across the entire hotel to get to the ice machine. Luckily, it's not that big of a hotel, but I still, I was only gone for like maybe 2 minutes between the ice machine and back to my room, so it wasn't really that far. But if you're just wanting a little bit of some water at night, or you need some ice or something, you're feeling dehydrated, and like 2 o'clock in the morning, you really do have to walk across every single or walk past every single hotel room on the first floor to get to the ice machine, and then through most of them on the third floor to get back to your room. So it was a little bit of inconvenience. And the laundry room was on the third floor on the opposite side of the hotel. So the laundry room was right above, 2 floors above where the ice machine was. So again, a little bit of inconvenience for guests when they got to constantly go up and downstairs to get different things, but that's fine. It's no big deal. We were there for 5 days, and I only went to the ice machine twice. We were out for most of the time, but you know, it's really not that big of a deal. We didn't use a laundry room. The laundry room was a small little, almost closet type of thing, and they had you can only fit one person in there. They had the washer on one side, the dryer here, and you just have enough space for your body in between them. And then they had the table along the wall for you to organize your clothes and fold them and all that. So only for one. I didn't take a look at how much it cost, but it was a coin laundry type of thing. But no one used it. The other issue I had, which isn't really an issue, it was more of my own. I'm on vacation. I don't want to wake up early, kind of thing. But their breakfast was between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. Checkout is at 11. So I'm thinking to myself, couldn't y'all have moved it to 10 a.m.? Maybe, maybe. Like, I don't want to get up at 5:30, 5:45 in the morning to go have breakfast at 6 in the morning. The first night I struggled to sleep. So I was up already at like 8 something in the morning. So I just quickly put on my shoes and went downstairs and had some breakfast. Second night, I purposely set my alarm because I'm like, listen, I want to have some breakfast, damn it. So I got my shoes on and got everything and just went and had some breakfast and brought something up. But yeah, 6 a.m. to 9, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. is way too early. I know it's not early for those who are on business trips and those who have, jobs locally around there. 6 a.m. is typically my job. My shift starts at 7, for my job. So 6 a.m. is like perfect for free breakfast if I'm traveling for work or something. 6 a.m. is fine. Get up at 5:30, shower, do whatever you got to do, go down there, have breakfast at 6, and then head out to work. That's fine. The start time is not the problem. It's the end time that's the problem. 9 a.m., only 3 hours for something that they're just placing there. They're not making breakfast. They're not making you scrambled eggs or any kind of eggs at all. They're not giving you any fresh food, freshly made food. They're not giving you pancakes already made. They're not giving you pre-made waffles that they are making themselves. They're not making anything. This is just slices of bread, slices of oh my gosh, bagels and waffles that you have to make yourself. Why can't that stay open longer? Why is it only 3 hours? Literally, the only thing they have to do is fill it with bread and bagels. That's their only job. Honestly, that's the only thing they have to do in those 3 hours. And they could have definitely extended the breakfast time even to 11 o'clock. So uh, that was disappointing because I only had breakfast twice in the 5 days I was there. Because I honestly I was exhausted walking all day at the mall and around downtown and such. I was too tired to get up at 6, 7, 8, and 8. So, but yeah, all in all, I mean, with the exception of the Wi-Fi issues, the vending machines, and uh, and the breakfast, it's not bad. Honestly, I would probably give it well, and the lack of table in the room as well. I'm gonna give them a 4 out of 5 stars. I have to 4 out of 5 because the room smelled good. Everything was clean. Like I said, the pool, the jacuzzi, there was a little bathroom in there as well. There was a little restroom in the pool area that was clean. That had a walk-in shower. So when you do the picture, when you look through Google or Expedia or wherever you're going to look for this hotel, you'll see a walk-in shower. That walk-in shower is not in the room. That is downstairs by the pool. Well, not downstairs, but in the lobby area by the pool. That walk-in shower is in that restroom. So they don't have a public walk-in shower for everybody to rinse themselves off or whatever before they go back to the room or before they jump in the pool. That is a private bathroom. It has a toilet, a sink, and the shower. And I probably use that shower more than I use my own. But yeah, I was completely misled when I looked at the photos. I thought we had walk-in showers, but they do say uh, uh, tubs as well. So, but yeah, when you see that photo, just know that that is not a photo of the room. That is a photo of the bathroom by the pool. But I know. Besides that, it was clean. It was nice and clean. Like I said, the pool area, jacuzzi, it was all nice and clean. Uh, no issues with guests that I know of. The breakfast, albeit it could have been a little bit longer, from 10 or 11 to whatever time, but uh, the breakfast was fine. The waffle maker, I eventually figured out how to use. Actually, I had to text a friend to figure out how to use these things because I didn't grow up on waffle makers. We just made it. So, uh, but no, I guess, for a continental breakfast, I guess it's fine. I did stay at another hotel that actually cooked all the food for you. And that was great. Now that was a breakfast because, oh my goodness, I'll do a review on that hotel. It should be already up somewhere. But uh, yeah, honestly, the Wi-Fi again. I'm not gonna go through the whole list again, but I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Again, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't perfect either, but it was just good enough. Now the price of the hotel. This is what helps go from a 2 or 3 star to a 4 star is the price. 5 days here at the Baymont was $524 for 5 days. So it's a good hotel for if you're going for a different location. Like I said, we were going to the Mall of America. That was the purpose of the trip. The purpose of the trip was not to stay at a fancy hotel. It was to go to the Mall of America and spend a few days walking around there and checking out the shops and the theme park and all that. I do have a video of that as well on this channel, so or will be soon. So again, give them a 4 out of 5. Can't complain except for a couple of things, but it was fine. It was fine. Honestly, I have no complaints or regrets. If I'm tight for money, I'll probably stay there again. But yeah, that does it for this video. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and yeah, I'll get to one of the fancier. This is more for the budgeters, the budgeters out there. that just need to save some money when they travel. So thank you again for watching. If you made it this far, again, like, subscribe, comment. Have you stayed at the Baymont or any of the 25 hotels that this organization owns? Let me know. Pieces.